Okay, good morning to you wherever you are in Abuja or its environ. You know what it's time to do when you head at Sickton. It's time to talk sport and sports we must, okay? On that note, I welcome you to Sport Beats on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. And I am the Sport Bishop, the Magistrate, the Pilot, the Prophet, the Professor, none so Arinzichi. I'm not alone. I've got my partner.
Reporting live on duty on VOP 961 is a Franklin Imona, the one you love to call Uncle Fanboy, the sports chef, because I love to dish your sports stories, hot and spicy, in its finest form, straight from the nation's capital and beyond. On the show this morning, it promises to be exciting as we've got top stories from you all across the dailies, as well as moving to the foreign scene. Victor Moses is in the news. Yes, the EPL must have ended, but I can tell you for a fact that there are some outstanding players that we are impeccable during the season. And of course, our stories are from the local scene as well as from the Beach Soccer League, not forgetting handball.
Okay, guys, all these on the show, including the Nigerian Women Football League Super 6 Day 2. Come on, big wins for Confluence Queens, Bayelsa Queens, and Rivers Angels. We'll let you know all about that on the show. But for now, you know how we do. We start off from the newspaper headline. Okay, guys, let's start off, of course, from nowhere else. But, of course, let's start today from the Punch Extra, Sports Extra. And what's the Punch saying this morning? It says Oseni to play final Napoli game against Lecce. Sigh of relief as Awoniyi releases Forest survival. WAF under 17, Togo clash must win. That's according to Garba, the coach of the team. And Petit AFCON, Nigeria seek first win against Burundi. Season to remember, Uchebi celebrates Benfica's quadruple. Deitch tells Everton to sign Adebayo. And Queen of Tracks, Ophelia shattered the 3 African records in 1 year. EJ, Finidi must instill discipline in Eagles. Flamingos won't underrate Liberia, this according to Olo Kerry. Ocheme fired up to face Zimbabwe. 4. Andover Handball League, a high-flying to Jim Margin beat United to remain top. And Haruna Edem up for $80K WTT contender in Lagos.
All right, and from there we move over now to Daily Post as we look at some of the biggest newspaper stories making round from this newspaper. This one read, Victor Moses leaves a Russian club, Sparta Moscow. In the EPL, we hear that Awoniyi releases Nottingham Forest survival, and Danjuma reveals reason for Nasarawa Amazon defeat to Bayelsa Queens. And Megwo positive ahead of Abia Warriors sporting a supreme clash. Rio Ferdinand demands a quick action on Manchester City's 115 charges. And in Liverpool, we hear the slots to build Liverpool team around 4 players. Bayern Munich in shock move to appoint Vincent Kompany as new manager. Wow, this is shocking indeed. And in the world of the Wafu Under 17 Championships, Nigerians Golden Eagles eye semi-final sport in decisive showdown against Togo. Oseni yet to resume training at Napoli. And Rivers Angels gets another cash boost for victory over Edo Queens. In the President's Federation Cup, Bendel Insurance seek a wicked tourist fall in Abuja. And future of African football is bright. Daniel the Bull Omokachi speaks.
Okay, to the Nation newspaper, this one says FIFA World Cup 2026, South Africa Benin won't be easy for Super Eagles, this according to Geno Raw. Boniface, Mrs. Bodashika Best Player Award, as you know, it went to Florent Witt or his teammate. Nigerian boxer chased Olympic tickets in Thailand. Did he hail supportive Bajabia Miller during difficult period? And WAFB under 17 tourney. Garba wants clinical eaglet against Togo as Man United renew chase for Osime. Okay, Ekong wins first league title with PAOK Salonika, and Ikoyi Club loud sent bank over tennis Grand Slam. Federal government urges stakeholders to adopt holistic approach to sport development, and Tunje Marine inches closer to Androva handball title. And finally,
And Mohamed Salah speaks. He says that Liverpool will do everything to win trophies next season. Awani celebrates Nottingham Forest Premier League survival, and we hear this one says no regret choosing Nigeria over England. Alexander Iwobi speaks. Of course, I love that. Osime yes to resume full training at Napoli, and Mokachi excited with future of Nigerian football. Finidi won't disappoint Nigerians. Garabalawa speaks. And Visa Company linked with Bayern Munich coaching job. My first season at Arsenal helped me grow as a player and a person. Kai Havertz speaks on that one. And Aston Villa closing in on deal to sign Ross Barkley. And here that Osimhen remains a Chelsea top priority, says transfer Mugai Fabrizio Romano. And Golden Eaglet must fight hard to beat Togo. Manu Garba speaks. And Liberia floors Senegal to set up date with Flamingos. Everton interested in Elijah Adebayo. And in the Nigerian Premier Football League, Rivers United beats Niger Tornadoes in 5 goals to thriller. Basi beats Aqua United will escape relegation. And NNL adjusts the Super 8 playoff date. And we hear that Jefta Ogumbade wins NWFL award for the month of April. And William Trust Ekong Greece League wins Pau Salonika, becomes the team of the season, winning the Greek League. And finally, from Complete Sports, Taron Murphy snubbed on as Nice holds lead.
Okay, guys, that's how much we can take from the newspaper headline. You know what we do next? We go straight into the local scene. And of course, let's begin from all the way from, of course, handball, the Androvia Handball Premier League. Games were played in match day 7 in the male and female category. We know that Benue Buffaloes defeated Sunshine Kings 25-25. 25-22, I beg your pardon. Rima Strikers defeated Adamawa Warriors. It was a spanking 42-21. Kano Pillars were better than the defenders, 27-24. Correction Boys lost to Safety Shooters, 28-31. Confluence Queens and Lagos Seasiders. Lagos Seasiders had got a walkover 10-0. And 2J Marine Academy beat Niger United by 31-23. In the female category, Rima Queens defeated Delta Queens. It was a mauling, 40-19. Defender Babes lost and defeated Bendel Dynamos 39-20. It was a draw between Rivers Queens and Coas Babe 25-25. Seasiders Babes were beaten by Imo Grasshoppers 21-26, and Plateau Peacocks lost to Safety Babes 23-29. So this is how the table looks like in the men's category. Tunje Marine Academy sits top with 21 points, maximum point. Rima has got 19, Niger United 19, and Safety Shooters has got 18. Bottom of the table is Adamawa Warriors with 7 points from 7 games, meaning 1 point per game. For Safety Babes, we know that it is 18 points from 6 games. Defender Babes 16, Imo Grasshoppers 16, Rima Queens 15, and Quas Babes is bottom with 7 points. Games continue today with Kano Pillars taking on Confluence Stars. Adamawa Warriors will play Lagos Seasiders. Sunshine Kings will play Niger United. Buffaloes Benway will take on Correction Boys. Toje Marine Academy will take on Rima Strikers, and the Defenders will take on Safety Shooters. In the female category, you have Coas Babes taking on Seasiders Babes. Imo Grasshoppers vs Plateau Peacocks. Delta Queens vs Rivers United. Bende Dynamos vs Rima Queens, and Safety Babes will play Defender Babes. In the men category, it's in Tunje Marine Academy still unbeaten, setting the pace in that one. But in the female category, it's no other than, of course, Safety Babes with maximum point from 6 games.
Like Tunja Marine Academy, like Adamawa Warriors. So why Tunja Marine Academy have gotten 100% in terms of wins, 7/7.
Yeah.
But for Adamawa Warriors, it is a 7/7 in terms of defeat. Considered over 200 goals and scored, managed to get 172 goals in total. Not looking good for Adamawa Warriors, I must tell you.
With a minus 79, absolutely embarrassing.
You can imagine at least a Man United can say we have some teams that we have some minus goals difference ahead. But for the women, it is quite competitive, I must tell you. As much as it is not looking so much in terms of the points separating these teams, but I can tell you that the competition for the women, it is really, really amazing. Between the table toppers, Safety Babes, and Rima Queens, who sits fourth, it is just 3 points separating those teams. And of course, the teams at the bottom, Coas Babes with 7 points. You look at Safety Side Babes with 10 points, just 3 points separating these two teams. Absolute competition, if you ask me. Yes, action resumes, even though there are some games that are almost concluded. The games between the Coas Babes and the Seasiders Babes, that game actually kicked off 7:30 a.m.
in the morning.
We'll definitely get results when we come back later in the evening at 4 p.m. We should be giving you updates on all of the games. But overall, it has been a magnificent competition so far.
Okay, guys, and we know that, of course, we now know the host nation for the next National Youth Games, and that will be Delta State. Confirmed by the Sport Ministry and the Commissioner of Sport for Delta State. We hear over 5,000 athletes will be there. School hostels will be used as accommodation, and it will hold from September the 10th to 2024, the 8th edition. Don't forget, the defending champions at Delta State themselves, and the Stephen Keshi Asaba Stadium will be the main venue for the games.
Sport Bishop, are you surprised that Delta State is hosting again another massive sport festival? Of course, I'm not surprised that the just concluded University Games was taken to Delta State. They also just concluded all Nigerian games also was taken to Rivers United.
Absolutely.
Delta
Rivers State,
I beg your pardon, Delta State. If it is not Delta State, it is either Rivers or Bayelsa. It seems that sport has finally found its heaven in the South. It used to be Lagos State those days. It then moved to Kaduna State later. But then, if it is not Delta, Rivers, Bayelsa, and maybe Cross River in Calabar, it is a nowhere. Good one for the FA of Delta State. Indeed, they have been putting on an impressive and amazing competition. They have been hosting well. So I see this as a monumental win for Delta State, as well as them defending their crown to which they won in the last edition. They are the defending champions. And you know, when some of this competition is being held in a particular state, that state tends to do well.
Delta are always perennial winners. They win the youth league, they win the national competition. They seem to have something with sport, you know. There's this bromance between Delta State and sport.
I can tell you for a fact, when it comes to producing some of the best talent in all across the game, from football to athletics to judo and what have you, taekwondo, you come to Delta State. Perhaps if you want to get a good wife, go to Delta State.
Let's move forward, guys. Talking more sports. We hear that the Rivers Hoopers have arrived Kigali, Rwanda, for the playoffs. We hear they'll be playing AS Rwanda, but the good thing they've arrived. But also to boost our ego, we hear one man at Adekunle Goreji, like the glove call him, AG Baby in Nigeria, will also be performing in that playoff. So good one for Nigeria, both in the entertainment scene and of course for Rivers. But hopefully, what are you expecting for Rivers Hoopers against a team that they beat and also lost to in the Sahara Conference? And
the words of my new mentor, Coach Bankwele Olowokere, it is nothing but wins. We are facing AS Douala in this one, but I hope it's not only going to be a win, it's going to be a spanking. That the first time we defeated them, it shouldn't be a fluke. We defeated them and we defeated them well. Though the reverse fixture was we have all but qualified, so let's just go have fun and whatever happened. But this one, it is a knockout. Once you win, you get to the next stage. And I believe Rivers Hoopers will definitely make us proud.
Okay, quickly we go to, of course, the NWFL. But the big news is that, of course, it was a big day, match day 2 years today. Bayelsa Queens losing to Nasarawa, beating Nasarawa, I beg your pardon, by a goal to nil. Messi team is scoring the 90th minute of play. But the bigger shocker has to be Confluence win, coming from that 5-0 dropping by those Queens to win by 2 goals to nil. Merit of 4, and of course Farami or Duntare both scoring for Confluence Queens in the second half to give them a 2-0 win. And Rivers United got a 2-1 victory against Edo Queens. Edo Queens, which their coach Aduku, he couldn't believe his eyes. They had to come from 2 goals down. Essien, and of course an ongo by Valentino Roku gave them the lead, but Deborah Adiabe equalized, but it's not enough for them to get a victory in that one. So talk to us. The 3 games are ended. We know Bayelsa 1, Nasarawa names, Edo Queens 1, Rivers United 2, Harlan nil, Confluence Week 2. And it looks like Rivers United are having beautiful fun. Also, we hear that the commissioner of sports in Rivers State, Chris Green, has splashed another 2 million naira. This is after the 2 million naira he gave them before the 1-0 draw against Bayelsa Queens. Again on that 2 million naira after they beat Edo Queens by 2 goals to 1.
Sport Bishop, I told you, if you want to impress any team in Nigeria, cut across any kind of sport, impress them.
Monetary value.
Money. Let the money rain. Let it not stop and let it rain at the right time. Trust me, you will see the best of those players. Absolute performance from Rivers Angels. 2-2.
No, 1 win, 1 draw. They drew the first game.
In terms of undefeated,
they're unbeaten. Still unbeaten.
2. They are just looking like a team that is ready to take this one. Even though their coach have been talking to them and said, look, they are in the playoffs for one reason and one reason only, and that is to win the title. But for Edo Queens, I really do not know what got into them. Maybe excess celebration, but I hope that 2-1 will humble them to think deep.
There are 3 more games.
I haven't beaten the likes of Confluence Queens by 5 goals to 1. The biggest winning margin in match they won, only for them to fall to Rivers United. I wouldn't know why, but in their next game, they should get back to winning ways immediately. Then as for Confluence Queen, come on, I haven't been defeated by 5 goals to 1.
Recover.
Mental strength is impressive. The psychological orbit to which the players was able to, the coach rather, was able to instill on the players.
But I could argue the Heartlands are debutant to the Super 6.
It doesn't matter. For
Coach Obi Ogbala
for you to
knew
make
in this
it to
level.
the Super 6, it is no fluke.
Okay.
You actually played good football in the Air Force, to which you had to qualify for the Super 6. It shows that it's no fluke. But for what Confluence Queens did, I would definitely give them my heart. They actually did so well. Moving forward, we hope that these games will continue to give us good games. I want to see Rivers United at least lose a game. Let's see that the competition gets feisty.
Okay, guys, we know games. Today is rest day. Games will continue Wednesday. That's why I'm going to take on Rivers Angels. Confluence Queens will take on Bayelsa Queens, and Heartland Queens will take on Edo Queens. Now, enough of the NWFL quickly. We go to under 17. They have a big game against Togo. The coach is speaking tough. He says they will not underrate Togo, but he has trained the players on goal scoring drills and expect them to score lots of goals against Togo. Do you buy that one, fine boy? Are you?
Absolutely. Whatever he did to the players that got them scoring in the
preparatory
game.
They scored one.
I mean, in the preparatory game, Sport Bishop. Come on, those guys were scoring for fun
in the
They are scoring with their eyes closed. And we had varieties of players scoring, from the defenders to the midfielders to the attackers. Everybody was scoring. But come on, in their last 2 games in the competition proper, just 1 goal they were able to manage. In the first game they played at the goalless draw against Burkina Faso. In the second game they won the Niger Republic by a lone goal. But good news, they are not conceded. And that is perfect. But for the coach, Coach Manu Garba, he said he has drilled these guys to goal scoring. This is what I love to hear. I haven't heard this. I want to see it replicate on the field of play. More goals and nothing but more goals.
Anyway, Rangers International have sent in their heartfelt condolences to a certain Super Eagles. We got talking about Tijani Bangida, who lost his son, Fadil, and of course his wife, who is also in intensive care. Don't forget he lost his brother as well, a 1993 under 17 player. We heard that the CEO, Amobi Ezeaku, spoke with him on Monday and assured the spirit star of the support of Rangers International. Quickly before we leave the local scene, Moses Victor leaving Spartak Moscow officially. We hear he's going to be parting away from the club after some beautiful years spent with the club. He won the Russian Championship twice. He was the winner of the Russian Cup and one of the heroes in that Europa League campaign where they were up most impeccable. Good one for Victor Moses, leaving Russia. Where next? What do you think should be the next destination for Victor Moses?
It seems that Saudi Arabia and the MLS seems to be the heaven for players over 30 who have played beautiful football in Europe. Those leagues happens to be their retirement league. But one thing that can help Victor Moses gain recognition again, if not at the biggest stage, is having a good agent for you to broker a good
It's
deal.
not any young. It's not as young as he used to be. Absolutely.
Victor, Luka Modric just signed a
1-year contract with Real Madrid.
And he's 39. We are seeing a certain Cristiano Ronaldo. Mitrovic is in his mid-30s playing good football right there in Saudi Arabia. So come on, our own Victor Moses can still do well. Mikel Obi played until he was 35 before he finally hung his boots. Same thing with Austin Jejo, coach. I played up to 33, 34. To me, Victor Moses still has some good football in his legs if he makes the right move.
Okay, guys, this is how much we can take from the local scene. We'll delve out to the foreign scene. And of course, let's start off from that big news that was announced yesterday. I think it's the worst kept secret in football in history. Liverpool finally announced that Ancelotti will be the manager of the team. We heard that they agreed a compensation deal of £9.4 million to play to Feyenoord because he has some years in his contract, and he has signed a 3-year deal, and his contract will start from the 1st of July, after subject to a work permit.
Absolutely, indeed it was.
The man said he's happy. He said opportunity of a lifetime.
No, we knew that it was coming to Liverpool. It was just a matter of when it will be official.
Okay.
Because sometimes we know Chelsea, who knows how to go to the back door to steal coaches, to steal players, to steal directors of football, to steal fans.
They went due process.
And they had to do the announcement at the last day of the season.
Absolutely.
Jurgen Klopp's final day. But he has come out and said that he will build the team around 4 players, the likes of Mo Salah, the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and David Nunez. For me, this is good. But come on, who builds a team around players in modern day football unless you want to shoot yourself on the foot?
Yeah.
What happens when any of these players fall out with you? You can ask Manchester United when the certain Oseni built his team around Ibrahimovic and Paul Pogba. We saw how that one ended. Same thing with a certain Louis van Gaal when he built his team around a certain Robin van Persie, Morgan Schneiderlin and Bastian Schweinsteiger. What happens to the team? But for me, Ancelotti is a very, very good coach, no doubt. Get into the team, know the players, know how they play, and begin to plan for life after Mo Salah, because we saw him in the season just ended. It wasn't the best of Mo Salah, to which we knew, but good arrival. The EPL is not where you come and you make speeches. If you think I'm lying, ask a certain Eric Ten Hag. He came and said, errors do come to an end. But it seems that this man, his time is coming to an end.
Anyway, to female football, we hear Chelsea would announce Lyon boss Sonia Bonpastor as the new manager after the Champions League final this weekend. Her team, Lyon, will be playing Barcelona on Saturday to determine who will be the Champions League winner in Europe. But we hear they've agreed a deal with her. She'll be coming alongside her assistant manager, Kamli Abili, to replace Emma Hay at the club. And of course, for fans of Samantha Kerr, we hear she has officially been ruled out of the 2024 Paris Olympics as she recovered from an anterior cruciate ligament tear. The 30-year-old was injured in Chelsea's training camp in January, and she has failed to recover. We hear the coach, Tony Gavison, has released his Matilda squad, and Kerr would not return in time for the game in July. Fine boy.
Big blow for Australia. Big blow for Sam Kerr. Big blow for our teammates. When Sam Kerr is on a field of play, playing good football, you can see how she carry our other teammates along, and it gives our coach this impetus to galvanize some good formation for the team. But absence is something that actually saddens me, but it's good for our recovery rate. That ACL, it is no child's play injury, especially when you have your anterior.
Anything knee.
It is, and your
whether it's
ankle.
interior, whether it's anterior, whether it's knee.
Always dangerous.
Absolutely.
But we hope that she recovers on time for the start of the new season. As for Chelsea, good signing. Getting the Lyon manager to the team. And like my hey, living for the
after 12 years.
United States Women and National team.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one for Chelsea. We just hope that this consistency of winning the WSL will not end under the Lyon coach. We know how new coaches come and the whole things are just.
Press control spoil like Eric Ten Hag. Anyway, in the Serie A, 2 games were played yesterday. Salernitana lost at home to Verona by goal to 2, which confirmed Verona will be playing Serie A football come the start of next season. And for Juventus, it was a massive comeback. From 3-0 down against Bologna, they came back to play a 3-3 draw. Before time, because of time, quickly let's run to tennis, where we heard that Andemura is on the brink of being dumped out of the first round defeat to Yannick Hoffman in Geneva Open. That was yesterday. The game was suspended because of bizarre weather. The former world number one was trailing 7-5, 6-4 in Switzerland before the rain started and gusts of wind blew and white polling room fell on the court. Yeah, the game will be played later today. Okay, and also we heard that, of course, not forgetting, Dominic Thiem is through to the second round of the French Open, talking about the Roland Garros. He beat Italian Agamone 3-6-6, 3-6-2 in front of a packed crowd at the court, Susan Langlais. And we hear the 30-year-old who will retire later this year has confirmed it, but he was given a wild card for Roland Garros, where he was runner-up in 2008 and 2009. He has 2 more matches to reach the main draw of the Grand Slam. But let's delve on Andemura quickly in 60 seconds, guys. We know he's trailing, but can't he say goodbye? What is he doing in Switzerland again?
I told
Can't
you.
he say goodbye?
I told you, Sport
First
Bishop,
round.
that the glory days of and Murray is long gone.
Okay.
Ranked 77th in the world, and he's not impressing, he's not improving. So every time he gets to the court, it is either injury or the rain, or he gets knocked out.
Something wrong must happen.
It's high time he bows out. Bow honorably instead of there being a disgrace virtually all the time. If it's not his body failing him, it is the opponent
Whitewashing him. Absolutely. Anyway, finally in golf, we have Scotty Scheffler. Court date has been delayed until the 3rd of June following his arrest during the US PGA Championship in Valhalla last week. The 27-year-old was arrested on Friday, 17th of May, after trying to dive into Valhalla Golf Club in heavy traffic, and his arraignment date has been set for Tuesday, the 21st of May. Scheffler was charged with second-degree assault, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding traffic signals from an officer. All charges which Scheffler denies still are placed on the docket.
Absolutely. Sport Bishop will be back later this evening.
Absolutely.
But we will be talking about Bayern Munich. It seems all the coaches are running away from them. And the
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
The latest we have is a certain Vision company being linked to Bayern Munich. From Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we saw that Erik ten Hag was linked, but come on now, what's going on?
What's going on?
But as for Manchester United, yes, the season must have ended on the low for them, but a certain Alejandro Garnacho won the goal of the season.
Yeah.
That bicycle kick against Everton was...
I think that's the only concern
winner.
for Man United fans.
And you never can say that they are in the FA Cup finals.
Okay, guys, this is how much we can take on the show for today. But come on, we're back here 4 p.m. Sport Lounge to give you the latest happening. Up next is news around Abuja, so stay tuned. But from me and the fine boy,
You're done?
and we are gone.
God bless.
No stress.
Adios.
Have